Hey girl, hey, it's Birth Bestie Nurse Rini, and I stumbled upon this post on Reddit, which is obviously from Facebook, but let's check it out. It says, my son has suspected measles, and the doctor basically implied it's my fault for not vaccinating my son. The response down here says, moms used to have measles parties so all the kids could catch it at once to build their immunity. I got my kid vaccinated and will always regret it. So let's talk about these two things. The doctor basically implied it's my fault for not vaccinating my son, and that's why my son probably has measles. Should the doctor have said this? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's a decision that she made. So, it is the result of not being vaccinated that the child may get measles. Mom is the decision maker, right? So I guess we can conclude that it is her fault. However, she feels bad because her child is sick. The doctor didn't say you're a bad mom because you didn't get your baby vaccinated. So I think that she may be deflecting a bit. And this mom says that, people used to have measles parties. The thing is, the world evolves, right? And there's a lot of things that we used to do or that used to be acceptable that we no longer do. For example, they used to keep fathers of babies out of the delivery room, but we've evolved and now we happily invite those fathers in. We also used to gas moms and knock them out, and they'd wake up with the baby in their arms, and they just weren't even a willing participant in the childbirth experience. But that has also evolved. And even in medicine, we say that we want to go with evidence based practice, what is standard of care. That means that we don't continue to do some things because it's the way that things have always been done. So, do vaccines have side effects? Absolutely, they can, right? Anything can cause a side effect. We are all susceptible to side effects. But what has been proven and shown throughout the years since the measles vaccine was available is that side effects, complications of the vaccine are extremely rare. And I think because we haven't seen measles or a lot of those childhood diseases or viruses, that we aren't really well informed about what they are and what they can cause. So, most of the times when we think of measles, we're thinking of a rash or an outbreak, right? But let's look at some of the side effects or the complications of the measles virus, which is what most people don't really know about and subsequently don't talk about. So, some of the common complications of measles include ear infections, and these occur in about 1 out of every 10 children with measles, and diarrhea, which is reported in less than 1 out of 10 people with measles. So, those aren't too bad. So, if we're thinking that, oh, we might have a little bit of a rash and some spots, and we may have a little bit of an earache and some diarrhea, we can handle it. But let's talk about who's more at risk: children younger than 5 years old, adults older than 20, pregnant women, and people with weakened immune systems, such as those who have leukemia or other cancers or HIV. So, some of the complications that are more serious that can come with measles would be pneumonia. Pneumonia is bad, guys. It doesn't matter whether it's from measles or however else you get pneumonia. Pneumonia is bad, and it's something that if you can avoid, you should avoid. Pneumonia is an extreme respiratory illness and it can lead to death. But before you get to the death part, you can have a lot of trouble breathing and it can be extremely uncomfortable. So, again, it's something you want to avoid. The next thing that is very serious that you can have as a result of measles is encephalitis. Encephalitis is inflammation of the brain. So, about 1 out of every 1,000 children who get measles will develop encephalitis. That's a lot. Inflammation and swelling in the brain can lead to convulsions and it can cause deafness or intellectual disability within children. Again, who wants that? If you can avoid it, you probably should. Death is always going to be a contender for any kind of virus, usually. And there's another long term complication of measles called subacute sclerosing panencephalitis or SSPE. It's extremely rare, but it is also the fatality of the central nervous system. It results from a measles virus infection acquired earlier in life. So, this is one of those sneaky ones. Again, it's a long term complication, but it usually develops 7 to 10 years after a person has had measles. So, you're minding your own business. Yeah, you had measles when you were younger, but you got over it, you're moving on with life, and bam, now you have this new thing popping up. So, guys, do your research, making sure that you make a fully informed decision when you're making such a decision. And I will say, even though RFK Jr. is head of HHS, he has no medical background and apparently no common sense. So make sure you do your research. Think about your children. I don't know why this other lady down in the comments said that she regrets getting her child vaccinated. Why? As a result, your child does not have to worry about getting measles while there's currently an outbreak going on. If you didn't know, it has gone from the big outbreak in Texas to Tennessee, Florida, and Philadelphia. This is huge and is also unnecessary. So if you're unsure, I would say don't look at the blogs, but go to your pediatrician and talk to them about your concerns and see what they have to say. But make sure you choose and make your decisions wisely, not based on trends and not based on what you think you know. Do your research so that you actually know. Like, comment, share, and follow for more.